ready to go over ZEN if you want to get me back, if you're ready. This is a 4-hour ZEN USD. So you can see the quick run up to 20 over here to the left. And then we came down and did the sideways for months. And then we kind of jumped that, kind of pulled back to it. So I think 20 is a big level because you can see over here, this was a triangle. The support came in at 20. So that's why I got support listed here on the 4-hour. You can see that has, with the decline in Bitcoin, 20 has been decent. I mean, we did go below 15, but you're going to have some of that when you got Bitcoin crashing really as it did. And then if we go back out here, let's go to a 1 hour to talk about some Wyckoff on this chart. We mentioned this there a few days ago when Nick was going over ZEN. But I think, once again, let's talk here. If you've taken the course, you're going to understand these markings. So PS is preliminary support. I got one marked at 22, and we got one really marked down at that 20 level. Remember, that's the support level I had on the 4-hour. So it looks like somewhere here, 20 started being important again with preliminary support. Then you had big volume coming in on the downside. You see these red bars, and this is volume stacked in behind it. So definitely some big red bars coming into a selling climax. And then we have an AR, which is automatic rally, a quick rally back up to relieve the oversold, and also to give you the top end resistance. So we put resistance at 23 off of the rally off the selling climax. You had a secondary test come down on lower volume to test the previous selling climax. Now you've got some trading range action to look forward to and volume to slide off. This was, we didn't really get good trading range action. We got more of the apex, which is showed by the blue dotted line. Again, I think a lot of that's because, you know, Bitcoin's been under pressure, market's been under pressure, total market cap's being under pressure. So we still get some trading range type action. We get a spring down here. Either one of these could have been springs, really. Then you've got the lower volume test. And then here you're going to look for some type of sign of strength. We did get a sign of strength here on this rally up to 22.23, which was a previous resistance. We mentioned that on a previous broadcast. And then you had a pullback to the creek that was jumped. This line here would look better more as a creek, but I've got it marked as a blue dotted line. We came down and respected that. And then really in the face of the market's not doing that well, it continued to jump through resistance at the 2280 level and got up to 27. And then once again, with Bitcoin coming under pressure, we had a quick pullback to the support level in the last few hours here. So, and then the rally up to 27 started taking out the previous downtrend line, which I think is a big deal. So if Bitcoin would fall below 64.50, I think probably wouldn't hurt to pick up some ZEN. Probably wouldn't hurt to have a little here. So that's just an interesting chart on the 1 hour basis. So
I think that's almost like textbook Wyckoff there, you know, and some of the lessons, that chart almost matches up with some of the lessons that are taught in the Learn Cryptocurrency Trading course.
That's textbook on a 1 hour chart. So you go back to a 4 hour chart, you know, daily, obviously we need to get the downtrend line broken, which we're just starting to do. That's a buying test that you need to look for. So, you know, we're putting it together here, I think, to make this a coin that you know, possibly could lead us higher. So we've said before, in a bear market, you want to be able to weed out the dogs and try to find the ones the composite man's been trying to accumulate. I would say this is one that's being accumulated. And let's run a disclaimer right now.
In trading cryptocurrencies, our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thank you.
And everybody knows, I mean, we have to run the disclaimers because I'm futures licensed and security licensed, and you know, we're getting ready to call some of these things commodities, which is going to make it where I've got to run disclaimers, and who knows what else I'm going to be forced to do here.
It does look like GNT is going on a massive run, so if you want to look at that here in a second. Before we get to that, though, before that massive spring that Todd just showed it on the chart, we actually did an interview with Rob Viglione. If you want to check that out, it's on this channel now. We have it over here. Definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it, guys. And when I first did that, he actually told us that we were at Crypto News, now we're at Learn Crypto, told the community something new that had not even been made public about Zen Grid and the supernodes. I came on the live show kind of trying to get you guys to watch it, saying I liked what they were doing. They made it public right when that spring was happening, and now you've seen 40-50% gains after that information was made public by their Zencash official Twitter handle. I really want to just enforce, when I get these interviews on here, they give a very good insight to some of these coins. Some of the details that they talk about based on the questions I ask them aren't fully made public by the whole company as a whole yet, the whole coin as a whole. So really listen to those, listen to the details that they're talking about and some of the new projects they're going to come with. Because I usually ask them what they got going on, and a lot of that they haven't really released over their public social media platforms yet. And it really gives you guys a really good opportunity to hear some of their perspective on it, plus my fundamental review on it, see how they answer some of the red flags and concerns that I may have brought up on it, and really give a good data point whether you want to maybe invest or speculate or get involved in one of these currencies.